О!
Ебать! Охуеть!
For nearly a week, the world saw only one thing: a massive fireball, a series of powerful secondary explosions, thick black smoke rising high above the outskirts of Kyiv. But there was one question that remained unanswered. What exactly exploded? Now, that question finally has an official answer. President Volodymyr Zelensky has confirmed that the site struck by Russian missiles was an ammunition storage facility linked to Ukraine's defense industry. More importantly, he has ordered an official investigation into how such a large stockpile of ammunition came to be stored so close to residential areas. That confirmation is exactly why this incident has returned to international headlines. Not because the explosion is new, but because the official explanation has changed the conversation. So, why did this confirmation come only days after the strike? What actually happened that night? And why are both sides presenting very different narratives about the same event? Let's take a closer look. Why is this story back in the headlines? Many people believe the videos now circulating online show a new attack. They do not. The strike itself took place during the night of 5th to 6th July 2026 in Vyshnev, approximately 10 kilometers southwest of central Kyiv. So why has it suddenly become headline news again? The answer lies in what happened after the explosion. For several days, Ukrainian officials released very little information about the exact nature of the facility that had been hit. Meanwhile, Russia's Ministry of Defense maintained that its missiles had struck a military ammunition depot. That claim remained difficult to verify independently. Then came a significant development. President Zelensky publicly confirmed that the site was indeed an ammunition storage facility connected to Ukraine's defense industry. At the same time, he ordered an official investigation. The focus is no longer solely on the missile strike itself. Attention has now shifted towards another important question. Why was such a quantity of ammunition stored so close to civilian homes? That is the issue now attracting renewed international attention. And it is the main reason why this story has resurfaced across global media. What actually happened? To understand why this confirmation matters, we first need to look at the events of that night. On the night of 5th to 6th July, Russia launched a series of missile strikes against several targets in the Kyiv region. One of those missiles struck an industrial complex in Vyshnev. Moments later, something unusual happened. The initial explosion was followed by a chain of much larger secondary detonations. The fireball continued to grow. Multiple blasts echoed across the area. Dense black smoke filled the night sky. Military analysts quickly noted that this type of explosion is often associated with stored ammunition. When large quantities of shells, rockets, or explosive materials ignite, they rarely detonate all at once. Instead, they explode sequentially, creating the prolonged chain of explosions seen in many eyewitness videos. Even before the official confirmation, many observers suspected that the facility contained military explosives. The Ukrainian government's statement has now provided important context for those earlier assessments. It suggests that the enormous fireball was not caused solely by the incoming missile. The stored ammunition also played a major role in the scale of the explosion. Why does this confirmation matter? In modern warfare, information can be just as significant as military operations themselves. Every official statement carries strategic weight. For Russia, Ukraine's confirmation supports its long-standing claim that the strike targeted a military facility rather than civilian infrastructure. For Ukraine, the government's position remains unchanged. Officials continue to state that the Russian missile strike caused the destruction and any resulting casualties. However, the confirmation introduces another important dimension: the storage of military ammunition. Specifically, why was it located so close to residential neighborhoods? That question is now at the center of the official investigation. If investigators conclude that safety procedures were not properly followed, the discussion may extend beyond the missile strike itself. It could also examine how military logistics are managed during wartime. If, on the other hand, the investigation determines that the storage complied with operational requirements under current wartime conditions, the debate may return to the strike and its wider military implications. At this stage, no final conclusions have been reached. The investigation remains ongoing, and many important questions are still awaiting clear answers. This case reminds us that not every story returns to the headlines because of a new explosion. Sometimes, a single official confirmation can completely change the public conversation. The explosion in Vyshnev happened days ago, but once the Ukrainian government confirmed that the site contained an ammunition storage facility and launched an official investigation, international attention quickly returned. So what do you think? Does this new information change the way we understand the incident? Or does it simply raise even more questions about what happened that night? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's examine the facts together through respectful and constructive discussion. If you enjoy balanced analysis covering defense, geopolitics, and international security, please support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing, and turning on notifications so you never miss future updates. Disclaimer: this video is based on publicly available information, official statements, and open-source reporting available at the time of production. Some aspects of this incident remain under investigation, and certain details may change as new evidence emerges. The purpose of this video is to provide analysis and context, not to promote or endorse the actions or narratives of any party involved in the conflict. Always consider multiple reliable sources before forming your own conclusions.